Alright, well this week is a new week in our class, and so we have photography, composition, and editing as the topic for the week. And so you're going to read textbook chapter 9 and also on adding visual appeal, but also an article on the differences between GIMP and Photoshop. So that's also important to make sure you read those and understand the differences there. GIMP, again, is a different version. It's a free and open source software that allows us to edit photographs. It does take a while to open, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it now. And then later on in the class, or this week, you're going to learn to use GIMP, and just take a look at some of these tutorials on GIMP that are out there to help you to kind of look at how to do the assignment. So you want to look at the different pieces of the assignment and how these relate. Each one of these relates to one of the requirements for the assignment, the photo manipulation project. So you'll want to watch those, make sure you understand how to use them, and you can refer back to them when you do the assignment as well, the picture manipulation project. Then you'll get to watch a little bit about ethics with photo editing. I think this is important too, to think about what, ethically what our responsibility is to, if we're able to manipulate photographs. And I think it's important to remember that there are ethical considerations to be made there, especially we've done a lot with manipulating the way people look, for instance, in magazines and in other places for models and things like that, to where the requirements, I guess, or the expectations are that we look way better than we actually do look as people. And Photoshop and GIMP and other editors have made it that way, unfortunately. So we have to kind of be careful with that as we have the power to edit. And then finally, there's a picture manipulation project due the end of this week. So that includes all of the requirements that I think I presented to you last week. And so it requires you to either collect or take a group of pictures and to edit those pictures in certain ways. And so, the lighting improvements, adjusting the lighting, cropping a picture, and then coloring a picture with the filter of your choice. I did want to show a little bit about these on the iPad, so I have that up here. This is my iPad, and I'm just going to use the Photos app on the iPad to manipulate a photograph or two. Let's see if I can find a good photograph. I've got some funny ones on here for sure. Alright, so here's our family, and what I can do with this is I can hit the edit button on this, and it will give me these various options on the left hand side here. And on the left hand I can change things like, this one will allow me to change the lighting, for instance, and adjust the lighting very easily just by sliding up and down this lighting item here. So that's that one, very easy. I can also go back to color, and I can color the photo a little bit differently and also make it black and white. And I can even choose different saturations or contrast or casts for the color. So there's quite a lot you can do just with this one. And there's also some very simple changes you can make, just an overall filter as well. To crop it, it's this one right here, and I can actually take and make the picture bigger. Let's say I just want to have my kids in there and not me. I can change that to be cropped that way and hit done at the top, and that crops the picture for me. And so again, what you want to do though is you want to make sure that you save the picture before you change it and then after you change it, so that I have both versions. So I would see the first one without a cropping, and you'd share and save that one first, and then the next one with the cropping. Okay, let me go back to editing this photo here. Also, there's an extra bunch of options here, and there's even a markup one, which is kind of fun, and there's a more, which gives us other apps that we could maybe open and change about the app, or about the photo. So those are the basic ones. To color the picture, I think you have to use this color item and kind of change the overall color of the picture to do that. So that is on the iPad. I think I showed you a little bit on that pic, the online photo editor that's kind of simple. And then after that, I just wanted to show you the next part, which is with GIMP. And you have videos that show you how to do that in GIMP, but I just wanted to show you the workflow of GIMP just so you understand it a little bit. So here is my GIMP that I have installed, and in order to bring a photo in, I just need to choose Open. And this will allow me to select a file from my computer in order to open an image file. GIMP can be a little bit slow sometimes. It just depends on how you work with things on your computer. It also looks a little bit different in this interface to find things on your computer. But I'm going to go to my Pictures folder and find a picture that I want to bring in. And it will preview it, which is nice. So then I hit Open, and now I can edit the photo. And I can use the types of tools that we talked about to edit this photo. I think we talk about using the stamp and using the Alt key or the Control key to choose an area in the stamp. Maybe to remove this dolphin from the picture. I don't know why I'd want to remove the dolphin from the picture. It makes the picture, really. But anyway, you can do that type of work. When you are finished with a work in GIMP, you want to make sure you save it. And that will save it as a GIMP type file. So that will save it that way. But you want to be able to export it. So use the file export link to do that, to save it as a file that can be viewed by anyone. In other words, in order to save it as a PNG image or a JPEG image. And so you need to go to choose the type of file that you want to save it as, and then name it. I'll name this one Dolphin Gone. And then you want to make sure that you know where you're exporting it to before you export it. It might make you actually enter the file extension too. So I will go ahead and do that. And export the file. And then it asks you a little bit about what quality you want to export it as. And some of the pictures might ask you to do a lower quality based on what you have available to you. And advanced options, I usually leave those the same, but maybe change the quality based on what I want, and then hit export. And what that will do is actually, the first time I saved it, it saves a GIMP type file that can be opened up back in GIMP easily and nicely. The second time, though, it's the type of file that can be used for any application that can be understood by any program, not just GIMP. So then I open this up and I have my Pictures folder, and I should find a Dolphin Gone here in this folder, along with my original one, which I opened as well. And there it is, Dolphin Gone. And that's a JPEG file, so it can be opened up by any software or program that I want to open it with. So that's a little bit about the GIMP workflow. Just to show you a little bit more, the tools in GIMP are up here. If you need to change like the scale of the image, make it smaller or bigger, then you can do it right there. You can do cropping as well, and changing the canvas size, that would crop it using the image menu item. But a lot of the videos will show you kind of how to do these things too. You can add in picture or text into the picture, change the color picker, use the color picker to change the color, fix up an image with this one. There's a lot of different things, and it will give you more in the videos that you watch for this week. But that's kind of a basic intro to GIMP for this week as we get started, if you haven't yet. Yeah, but if you do have any questions that come up or any issues that come up, feel free to email me or send me back a message on Remind, as I've been using that to communicate with everybody, and hopefully it will go pretty well to be able to edit these photos the way that you need to edit them to make them work the way that you want them to. So good luck with the activities this week, and carry on.